Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and today's message is a big one. So this is a message that I channeled over multiple days apart, kind of all started coming together slowly. This all started when I was watching another channeler on YouTube. She had a video. Her name is Carolyn Zaiser. Carolyn Zaiser. I'm gonna include in my description a link to the original video that I watched of hers that kind of initiated this. But I watched her video. It was talking about a gateway for light workers that was going to happen sometime in February. And when I was watching her video, I started getting just a little bit of information coming through. And basically the information I was getting was that this Lightworker Gateway was going to take place on February 23rd, 2023. So that's kind of how this started, but then it just kept going over time. So just to kind of paraphrase the information that came through for Carolyn in her video, just so you have an idea, she said that the Lightworker Gateway is an entrance point to a new place in time that Lightworkers are leading the rest of the collective to. The gateway, or all gateways I should say, lead to new, higher timelines for the collective that is possible because of the work Lightworkers have already done. The journey is going to shift and change after that point. Crossing through the gateway will magnetize Lightworkers to draw others to us and the light. Creative expansion into the, and then this is a phrase that she said at one point that I thought was really important. She said, creative expansion into the light of who you are to show others the way. So hang on to that. So she said all this, I got a little piece, and then later on, Metatron told me the gateway is the beginning of a new dawn. It is the undeniable beginning of the shift of humankind. We have enough Lightworkers. Once you all cross through the gateway, you will be anointed, your magnetism will increase, the tides will turn, everything will begin to irreversibly shift. The fate of the dark forces will be officially sealed, although it will take many months to play out. It is the tipping point. This will initiate a mass awakening event. So I was really excited about that. So I thought that was the end of the message, so I was just going a little bit deeper with it. So one thing I want to mention, the date that I got, February 23rd, 2023. So 2/23/23. So numbers are very relevant in the spiritual world. They hold a certain frequency, the same way a color holds a frequency, the same way a sound holds a frequency. So they're extremely relevant to the spiritual world. So I looked up the meaning of the number 23. It represents change, progress, and innovation. It signifies new beginnings, revolution, and transformation. So really, really exciting things. So like I said, I thought the message was done after this. Couple days later, and actually many days later, today, I got a message from Metatron that I thought had nothing to do with this gateway message whatsoever. He was talking about dragons. So I'm going to go through that message with you. It's going to kind of seem like it's bouncing all over the place, but I promise you it ties back in. So Metatron tells me dragons are a type of energy. They are divine feminine power. They are intuition and magic. They are rising again now because the divine feminine must awaken and rise up within humanity to bring about new earth. The dragons know they can help and they want to help. All people have a dragon spirit guide, and all people, male and female, have access to utilize dragon energy. Each person need only to reach a high enough vibration and trust their intuition to begin to sense their dragon, what it feels like, what it looks like. I'm just going to pause right here in the message, and I'm just going to throw this out to you guys. I have seen my dragon before several times. I can tell you that it is about the size of a school bus. It changes color. It started off being like a blue color, so it went blue into indigo, into violet, into magenta, to red, and then it backed up and went back to magenta and stayed that color. And when I saw it at first, it was just terrifying looking. It was just, you know, blowing fire out all around it, just like decimating everything around it. And it was a time in my life where I was going through a lot of transformation. This was before I was channeling. And so my dragon was clearing the way for that transformation by clearing out the old for me. But just want to throw that out there to you, that people are able to see with their third eye these dragons. So let me continue with Metatron's message. Jennifer, you have seen Merlin with your dragon because he is an example of someone who is deeply connected to their energy, meaning the dragon's energy, and knows how to wield it. Dragon energy is the source of all magic, dark or light. Divine feminine energy is the source of all magic. Divine masculine energy embodies doing, but divine feminine energy embodies creating and intuition, which are necessary for magic. I say to you magic, but some will have a negative association with this word. Let me tell you why. On earth, the divine feminine is feared because it is powerful, and it needs to be suppressed for the dark forces of perverted false masculine energy to remain in power. So the witch is demonized. The powerful woman is demonized. In parts of your world, the dragon is demonized. The strong man is told to slay the dragon. But the dragon and the witch aren't evil or dark by definition. They represent divine feminine power, so they are demonized and stigmatized to keep women from discovering their power and to keep men accustomed to suppressing women's power. Think of the snake, feared, associated with the devil. Yet, it is the snake that again represents feminine power and healing. A dark force does not heal. Only love can do that. Snake energy is divine, and specifically divine feminine. Humanity must reclaim these truths and reject the lies their current society has fed them about female power in order to finally break free. Whether you are male or female or identify in any other way, it is the embracing of the divine feminine within yourself that will set New Earth free. Humanity must tap into love, intuition, and the female as a source of equal value and equal power. In time, masculine energy will need to be rehabilitated. Just as many lies have been told about masculine energy. The energy that runs rampant on the earth now is toxic masculine, toxic ego. It is based in separation and fear and the need to dominate and win. This will need to be broken down by love and unity in order to heal it. So he goes on talking about dragons again, since he kind of veered off course on what they represent. So now he goes back to dragons, and he says there are different types of dragons. Everyone has a fire dragon guide and some may have additional types of dragon guides. There are fire dragons, water dragons, earth dragons, and air dragons. I personally have seen the fire, the water, the earth dragon. I called it a forest dragon because that is, I could tell that's where it lived. I have never seen an air dragon at this time. And then as I'm talking to Metatron, a lot of times, so sometimes he's just channeling direct words to me, which is what I'm giving to you here. Sometimes he shows me pictures or he gives me ideas, and then I have to put words to that. So what he gave me was a visual, and I said, Metatron, I see earth dragons like bursting out of the earth. Like, what is this? And he says, yes, the dragons are all around the earth now, but because of the differences in vibration and dimension, very, very few can see them. Their energy and influence have remained on earth despite this. Their energy will break through the veil and begin to be more largely recognized beginning with the February 23rd, 2023 Lightworker Gateway. The dragons are the ones magnetizing the Lightworkers on February 23rd, 2023. They will be taking on a much more active role with Lightworkers after that point. Anyone who wants to work with their dragon, they are ready now. Just like any guide, all you have to do is ask, and they will join you. And he pauses there, and I could tell there was a lot more he wanted to say, so I said, I can tell there was more. And he had this little smile in his eyes, and he was like, there is much more. So I was like, okay. Oh, and this is where he starts giving me ideas and pictures, and I'm trying to put words to it. So these are my words, even though it's his ideas. So I'm saying there's some kind of glowing grid on the earth. The ley lines of the earth, they are the earth's energy grid. The dragons sit on certain points or certain intersections on this grid, and it lights it up, and I can see that certain children receive this download. And so I start getting dates, and I was somewhat familiar with this concept prior to this, only because I have a friend who has a daughter who is born November 2011, and we knew there was something special with children born 11/11, and so she kind of ties into this, even though it doesn't get into great detail about their contributions. So I initially see this as being relevant to children who are born during these times. So those born in July 2007, which is 7/7. So you're going to see a pattern. I'm going to go down the line. 7/7, 8/8, 9/9, 10/10, 11/11, 12/12, which is December 2012. But then it keeps going. January 2013, February 2014, and it goes all the way till November 2023, which is not happened yet. But it keeps going indefinitely. And so, by the way, I'm going to put all these dates in the description so that you have them to look at if you'd like to reference them later. But I told Metatron something is happening 1 month every year. It's not just the births that are affected. He's starting to give me more information on it. Like, it's not just births that are affected. It's creation-based life events. So marriages, conception, adoption, new businesses, writing a book, anything where you are birthing or putting out something, creating something into the world, it's affecting these things. So the dragons sit on these energy grid points every time one of these months rolls around. And it was kind of crazy the way I saw it. It was like they were resuscitating the earth. You could see them kind of push down on these intersections in the grid, and you could see the energy kind of roll through the grid, and it just looked like a pulse of energy back to the earth's heart. And so I said, the energy charge is like a pulse of energy to the earth's heart to bring her back to bring us back. So it's almost like they're infusing this divine feminine energy back into humanity and back into the earth. So Metatron, I was asking him, what is this? What is this? And I heard him say, building new earth. So I'm like, okay, tell me more. So he says, the energy released from the dragons is charged with blessings and possibility and manifestation. These events are charged with the energy of new earth. It is a seed of new earth placed into each creation that will grow and blossom and contribute in its time. The dragons are allowing for greater manifestation ability during these months, even more so than a portal, because all of the dragon energy is backing it or supporting it. So Metatron continues, the dragons are here to support and encourage divine feminine energy in each person. Whether you recognize dragon energy as the source of that support and encouragement, it matters not. The Lightworker Gateway will initiate a mass awakening event that will stem from a huge influx of divine feminine energy from the dragons. Intuition, creativity, nurturing, transformation, and protection of those without a voice will increase in the population of Earth, and these will be the building blocks humanity uses to build their new Earth. It is a co-creation. The divine is supplying the inspiration, but each person will decide what to build, what they want to birth into the new world. All creations are needed, and many of them will not be tangible. The greatest contribution one can make is to create the best version of themselves. Allow yourself to transform. That is the end of the message. So wow, it's a ton. It's a Lightworker Gateway, it's dragons, it's a lot, but it's amazing. And I have a feeling this is not the last that we will hear of about the dragons. So as messages come in, I'm gonna keep sharing them. Until next time, see you guys later.